U.S. military launched a third consecutive night of strikes against Iran, even as President Donald Trump claimed a deal with Tehran was still possible. Now, UAE says Iran attacked 2 ships in the Strait of Hormuz, killing an Indian crew member and wounding 8 others. Hours later, U.S. Central Command announced the fresh salvo against Iran, saying strikes will continue, imposing a heavy cost on Iranian forces and degrade their ability to attack civilians and commercial shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. Well, according to Iranian media, at least 4 explosions were heard east of Iran's Bandar Abbas, which sits on the Strait of Hormuz. At least 25 people have been reportedly killed in Iran since hostilities resumed this Wednesday. United Arab Emirates said Iran had attacked 2 ships in the vital waterway. The attack killed 1 crew member, an Indian national, and wounded 8 others. In the United States, U.S. vowed to keep hitting Iran if they continue to target shipping in the strait. Listen in.
If Iran shoots at ships, we will immediately respond with force. U.S. military operations are a response to these threats in self-defense and defense of others.
The White House has confirmed that President Donald Trump has formally notified Congress last week that the United States had resumed military conflict with Iran, giving the Pentagon an additional 60 days to operate in the region without congressional approval. Well, earlier, President Trump had signaled more military action was imminent while talking to a radio host. Trump also threatened to destroy Pickaxe Mountain, a deeply buried nuclear site near Natanz, where Western intelligence suspects Iran is building an undeclared enrichment facility. Trump later told reporters that he thinks a combination of strikes and blockades was most effective option against Iran.
We're hitting them very heavy tonight, as you know. We have tremendous amounts of ammunition. We have numbers that we haven't had in years. And we're hitting them very hard, and it'll continue, and we'll see what happens. But we're knocking out all of their offensive capability. And we're controlling the straits. We're putting the blockade back. And it's a blockade not for anybody but Iran.
But do you think a deal is still possible? Do you think they'll return to that?
Yeah, I think a deal is possible, sure. I do.
Following Trump's directive, CENTCOM announced that a blockade on Iranian ports would be reimposed. Oil prices shot up more than 9% over fears of renewed conflict. On Truth Social, Trump declared that U.S. would be known as the guardian of the Hormuz Strait, and announced a 20% fee on all cargo transported through the strategic waterway. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi mocked the proposal, saying Iran would charge a lower rate. He wrote on X, and I quote here, "POTUS is absolutely right. Whoever provides secure and safe passage of commercial vessels through the Strait of Hormuz should be compensated for this service. Iran has always been the guardian of the strait and will remain so forever." Well, Araghchi then added, 20% is of course too much. Meanwhile, Yemen's Iran-backed Houthis targeted Saudi Arabia hours after the rebels accused the kingdom of attacking Sana'a airport, the biggest flare-up in years between the two sides in years. The Saudi-backed Yemeni government claimed responsibility for the attack on the Houthi-held airport, saying it wanted to prevent an Iranian plane from landing.